Level up your LA Kings experience with Vivid Seats Elite Seats. All the on-ice Kings action with even more exclusive access and rewards. Enjoy great seats to the game in Section 103 along with Yamava Club access and parking included with your purchase. Plus, get a free Team LA Kings shop item at the game. Score your Vivid Seats Elite Seats tickets today and earn perks on each purchase from the only leading ticket company with a rewards program. Experience it live with Vivid Seats, the official partner of the LA Kings. Do you know the LA Kings have their own culinary partner? It's Superfood, celebrating 10 years and over 1 million meals served. Since 2020, the Kings have trusted Superfood to fuel their players. Now through Simply Lunch, you can bring that same performance-driven food to your office. Because when people eat better, they work better. Visit mysuperfood.com. That's mysuperfd.com. Or call 213-973-6145. Qualified companies can enjoy a free lunch for up to 10 managers.
You're listening to All the Kings Men, the official podcast of the LA Kings. Now, here's your host, Jesse Cohen.
Welcome back, Kings fans. I'm Jesse Cohen. This is All the Kings Men. Today's episode is unlike most episodes in that I'm not really in it. It's happened before, though rarely. There was a scheduling issue last week. I had to spend a day at the City of Hope facilities in Duarte attempting to get an MRI while heavily sedated, and therefore wasn't available to do these interviews. But Jared Shafran was kind enough to sit in and handle the hosting duties in my absence. So without further ado, here are Jared Shafran and Zach Dooley interviewing Kevin Fiala and Mike Buckley.
Welcome back, Kings fans. Here at All the Kings Men, we are joined by Kings forward Kevin Fiala, who is preparing for the 2026 Winter Olympics. Kevin, so exciting. I know you've been waiting for this, and you've known for a little while that you're going to be on the roster, but what is it like now that you're just a few days away from going over there?
Yeah, it's very exciting. Can't wait. Honestly, it's been crazy how, you were like in the summer, this year and 4 or 5 months and 2 months, and now it's like 2 days. Like Friday I'm leaving, so it's been a crazy fast season, to be honest. And first of all, game tonight, game tomorrow, gonna try to win those and then move on.
For you, you and Juice got named in the summer, so you guys kind of knew for a while. Was it a little bit different that you kind of were in that first group of 6 guys, whereas a lot of guys had to wait for an announcement just a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, obviously very grateful for being named early, for the top 6 or whatever you want to name it. Very grateful for that, and it's always great to represent the country. And obviously, Olympics has always been a dream coming true. So obviously, not waiting like the others was nice. Just the excitement was already there from the summer. Mm-hmm. And but I'm sure the guys who got named after, the excitement was exactly the same, so it's awesome that we're able to participate, the NHL guys. We've been waiting for it for a while now, so very excited.
You've been with your team in the World Championships. I'm sure there's a lot of familiarity with other players on the roster. Who are you closest with on the Team Switzerland roster?
Well, that's a good question, because Switzerland, we think it's very important to go, even World Championship. So whenever we can go, when we're out of playoffs and we're healthy and all that, we always go. So, the big group is kind of always the same, and then there's some small parts that go in and out. And so obviously we know each other crazy, Switzerland, the team is like a family, seriously. There's it's actually really, really impressive how when there's after games, after practice, there's a lounge, and we're in there and just chilling, hanging, doing board games, doing cards. We're just in there all the time. And I don't know if other teams do it as well, but with that, you are so close with everybody, kind of, but obviously also I have some guys. I have Andre Guedo. I really enjoy hanging out with Roman Josi, obviously Timo Meyer. He's here, so I already named 4 guys, so we are close as a whole team, which makes it fun. There's not a lot of groups.
This is such a short tournament that every game you guys play is going to matter. And Do you think that team chemistry that you guys have that maybe other teams don't because they haven't gone to Worlds might be something that could help you early as teams are maybe getting used to each other? You guys don't really have that because you've kind of played together for a few years now.
Yeah, I mean, in World Championship, that's for sure an advantage, that we are close to each other, like you said. So let's see now, now it's best on best, we have no expectations. We just, want to take it day by day, game by game, break it out shift by shift, and let's see where we can end up. I think we have a good team. Even the guys who are playing in Switzerland, they're important key players for the team, with blocking shots and all kind of that dirty work stuff, and also skilled guys, obviously. Yeah, but I mean, we have never had best on best kind of in the Olympics. I've never had that, so I'm very excited, and let's see what we can do.
You're talking about the roster a little bit. Is there anyone who is on the roster that we don't know because they don't play in the NHL that we should look out for that maybe could surprise some fans that we wouldn't normally see in the NHL?
Well, there's some good guys. Dean Kukan, he's a former NHL player. He played in Columbus. He's playing in Zurich now. He's a very, very good defenseman, good skater, and good puck mover. I think he's one of those guys he could play in the NHL. Sven Andrighetto also played in the NHL. Mulligan played in the NHL. We got some guys, also like, maybe some guys you didn't hear about, like Knack and Schmid. They're very, very fast. Compete level is so high. They will do anything for the team to win, So with that said, I think Switzerland is a perfect balance. We have kind of the roles, you know what I mean? Like we have all kind of players to succeed, I think. But like I said, I don't want to have too much expectation and stuff. Nobody thinks we are a good team and we're can compete against the big nations, but we'll see.
I used to watch Andrighetto. I worked in the AHL. He was with Hamilton. He's a really skilled player.
Yeah, very skilled player. Yeah. Very, very, very good. So will be interesting.
Do you like a little bit of that underdog mentality that you're talking about? Like you guys, for Switzerland purposes, this might be the best team you guys have had at a best on best tournament. But do you kind of like that maybe you aren't going to be talked about the way that some of those bigger countries are, and you can maybe use that together as like, hey, we're here and we feel that we can compete.
Yeah, it's always I don't know if it's good, but like to be an underdog, it's like you can kind of show them, you don't have the pressure at all. So in a way I like it. In a way I also would like that people can see that we can compete against others. But in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what people say. We'll see. We know what we can do in the team. We have to believe as a team, as the players, and then we just give our best and let's see what happens. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe we have no chance. Yeah, like I have no idea because I haven't been in the Olympics before, and so we'll see. Very, very exciting. To see where we at.
You guys have two guys on your roster who have played in the Olympics, at least. I know Roman Josi and Nino Niederreiter both played in 14. Have you talked with those guys at all about like what to expect? Not many teams really have a ton of guys who have actually played in the Olympics before.
No, not too much. For myself, I'm just it's hockey. It just I kind of don't want to put too much pressure on it, even more than the race. It's just very. I kind of try to take it as excitement, fun, Olympics. Obviously, also to watch some other sports. It's going to be very, very awesome. I mean, I grew up always spending 3 weeks on the TV, watching all the sports, Olympics, and now participating in it. So it's just very, very excitement and enjoyable. It will be enjoyable. So. Gotta take it in a positive note, and take the pressure off and just play, and that's how I see it.
What are some of those other sports that you like watching most that, I mean, obviously some of them are not in an area that you could drive to, but if you could get to another event, what would you want to get to?
If I could, skiing. I love skiing, and we have a few Swiss skiers that are unbelievable. And Odermatt, he had a great season. He's like the best. So that would be amazing. But we have curling, I think, in the city, and speed skating, and it doesn't really matter what sport. It's just cool to be there, for Olympics and support your own country.
What's your favorite kind of skiing? I know there's like a few different.
Just what is it called? The Grand Slam?
The slalom.
Slalom. Yeah. Like I like that, and obviously the freestyle I like to watch, and there's many skiing things actually.
A lot of events.
There is a lot of events actually. I like them all, to be honest. Yeah.
Did you ever ski as a kid, and then you probably had to stop because of hockey?
Yeah, but I was never I was always doing it for fun, you know. I was never competing and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. And my friends back home, they always do it every winter. Obviously in Switzerland, there's always snow in the mountains, and so yeah.
Did you find that it came easy to you to ski because you could skate? They're kind of similar.
I remember when I was young, it was so different because sometimes in the morning I skied, and in the evening I had a hockey practice, and it was it's so long. Yeah, it's so long, and skating is it's so short. Mm-hmm. It feels way different. But maybe, I don't know. I didn't ski that much, to be honest. So I don't think it helped me that much. But good question.
A couple more hockey ones to wrap up here. I know that, last year you had some teammates that played at the Four Nations. And did you watch that at all? And did you think about, okay, well, next year I'm going to get my chances. Hopefully that next year, have an opportunity at the Olympics.
Well, of course I was watching. I'm a hockey freak. I love watching hockey, especially good hockey. You can always learn. And, so I didn't think it next year's my chance or whatever, but I wish to be there instead of in Mexico, too bad they didn't involve more teams, but it's over with. It's in the past, but it was for sure fun to watch really, really good hockey.
But the next event, they're going to go back to the World Cup, and then that is going to have the opportunity to have some more teams. And obviously your international ranking can factor into that. I'm sure it doesn't really come into play. You're not thinking about that when you're playing, but obviously there is an opportunity there for that the next time.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully. Let's see. I'm not even in there in that future. Right now I'm just happy that we're able to go to Olympics, to be honest. And that's it.
You guys are for sure playing against a couple of your Kings teammates. A game against Canada with Drew and Darcy. Who knows, beyond that? How is it a little bit weird, but also a little bit exciting to play a game against guys who you kind of go to battle with every day?
Yeah, it's both. It's a little weird, like you said, but it's also excited. I'm very excited to meet them, to have a little chat with them, a little laugh with them. Eventually it's all about winning, but it's going to be weird for sure to see them on the other side, but also also exciting.
Kevin, we appreciate a few minutes of your time. We wish you the best of luck. Have a great time, and
thank you.
We're looking forward to rooting you on.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Joining us today on All the Kings Men is the Kings goaltending coach, Mike Buckley. He is also the coach for the USA Olympic team at the Olympics, the Winter Olympic Games coming up here in a couple weeks. Thanks for taking a few minutes with us. And I'm sure this is a crazy time for you trying to get everything straight with the rest of the season for the Kings, but also trying to get prepared for the Olympics here.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. It's great.
When you look at teams are starting to get to the village, the flights over there, you're starting to see probably some pictures, photos. What have you seen? What excites you the most about trying to get over there?
Oh man, just looking at the rosters of players, and I've talked to some previous Olympians, guys friends of mine who played in the Olympics, and just hearing their stories, and it sounds awesome. I actually had a good 45-minute phone call yesterday with Jim Craig, the
wow.
U.S. Olympic gold medalist. Yeah. So that was extremely cool, and that really got me excited.
You were at the Four Nations last year. You got to experience this just high level of intensity in hockey. Could you feel it in the building, just even though you're not on the ice, obviously, but that just felt like a different level?
Yeah, it was something different. I mean, I've been involved in a playoffs and Stanley Cup finals and all that. And it felt like that. It felt like a Stanley Cup finals. Every game was well, especially the U.S. Canada. But yeah, it was a special tournament, and I was surprised at how hard the players went and how much everyone wanted to win that. It was special.
As a staff, how different was that in Montreal, Boston versus what you have here with your staff? Obviously, you guys are together so much, but you guys had to gel a little bit differently. What was that like being part of the staff for that event?
It was really cool. I was lucky because I've worked with all those guys in the past in some capacity or another. John Hines, I coached with him. Mike Sullivan, obviously, I coached with him for a long time. John Tortorella, I knew through Mike Sullivan, and David Quinn as well. So I knew all these guys and the video coaches, and it was an easy transition for me. So that helped. We all know each other. We all have a great chemistry together, and it was great.
You obviously haven't been to Milan yet to look at kind of the rink and all that kind of stuff. The rumors are it's a little bit smaller. Does that play in at all to what you might have to work with the goalies on, that it's not quite like a full NHL size?
Yeah, I think puck's going to get behind your net quicker. If that neutral zone's smaller, it may force some teams to forecheck a little harder and get pucks in, and so our goalies are going to have to be really good at getting back to pucks and being smart with where they put it.
Goalies you're very familiar with. Nothing changed from that Four Nations roster. You've got Jeremy Swayman, you've got Ottinger, Hellebuck. What's it like having those previous relationships and being able to kind of maybe pick up where you left off with them last year?
It's great. We've stayed in touch since. I've kind of knew those guys in from the past, but working with them was great. It's just really good guys, fun to work with, and we've stayed in touch. Text messages. We have a text chain going. So I feel like once we get over there, we'll be able to pick up right where we left off.
Short tournament too, so every goal, every game is so much more heightened than like an NHL regular season game. How much more pressure especially does that put really on the goaltenders, where just every game means so much for the team?
Yeah, you could look at it that way. You could look at it as just more fun.
Yeah.
And that's how we want to look at it. It's going to be a blast and enjoy every minute of it.
I want to go back to, you just mentioned you talked to Jim Craig. I just watched the newest Netflix documentary, and obviously big fan of everything about that story, and have read a lot, seen a lot about it. What was it like kind of getting to connect with him and obviously having that experience just to kind of catch up and understand what he went through there?
It was awesome. He's a really nice guy, first of all. You could tell he cares about USA Hockey, cares about the team and the legacy that he built and that team built and the teams before him, and what we hope to do in the future. He cares a lot about that. You could tell just from the conversation I had with him. But yeah, he was great. We chatted for about 45 minutes, talked about, he told me some stories. I told him some. Opinions on the trends in goaltending today. We pretty much saw a lot, most things eye to eye, I would say, or everything eye to eye. So it was really cool.
You were what, 2 or 3 when that game happened? I don't
Yeah.
have a ton of memories of it,
I
but
don't.
just from watching the movies and the documentaries, like, I know we all would probably say this, but just the importance of that game in U.S. hockey history, like how cool is it to connect with just like the best guy or the most important player on that team too?
It is so cool. Yeah. And I love the movie, and I just recently watched the documentary as well with my kids, and I thought it was great. So yeah, it was really cool to spend some time on the phone with him.
Any other events that you might try to scout other than hockey, or are you going to be pretty glued into what's going on at the men's hockey there?
I know my wife is going to want to see figure skating, and my daughter. So we'll try to catch some stuff, but I'm pretty dialed in with the hockey right now. That's all that's on my mind.
Favorite Olympic sport for you? Maybe you won't get to see it, but just when you've watched on TV other than hockey.
Oh, that's a good question, man. I always like the track and field events in the summer. Winter, I like the skiing, the moguls, and what do you call that? Just downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always, the races and guys breaking records and girls breaking records. I have always thought that was cool, but I like the addition of newer sports too, like snowboarding. And so I haven't delved into that as much, but hopefully I get to see some of that this year.
We were talking with Kevin. I think he said that a lot of that is like in a different part than Milan. It's like not quite in the same area.
Yeah. I think it's like 4 hours north or 5
wow.
hours north. So
no skiing for you.
Probably not going to be an option then. Yeah.
yeah, probably not. Maybe not a day off. Take a trip.
The speed skating, interesting too, because you see the skates that they use for it are so different than what you would see in hockey. Imagine that would be interesting to see as well, just the thickness and the
kind of like goalie skates.
Yeah, exactly. Like a little bit more like goalie skates than anything else, but pretty impressive that they were able to do what they were able to do on those type of skates.
Yeah, they have powerful skaters, and it's amazing how accurate every angle has to be and every stride they take. It's the precision in these athletes. Like I think hockey has it as well, but it's not. It's so dynamic. You don't notice it as much, but the precision in some of these other sports, it's just tiniest little details. The difference between winning and losing. It's pretty cool.
Have you guys ever studied at all, like the way a figure skater or a speed skater moves and used it to look at hockey at all? Just like the way that they use their edges versus how like a goalie or a hockey player does?
I don't think I ever have no, I think I have like subconsciously, like you're watching and you pick up on little things that, and you see similarities, but I've never taken time to identify certain things that would improve in hockey terms.
There's been a lot of talk about the speed of the game at last year's Four Nations when you had the best on best with those 4 teams. And for the U.S., you might see those teams, but right now you're probably focused on the first couple of games. You're not going to see those teams from the Four Nations. Do you feel like that changes your preparation where, it's not going to be that maybe the same type of style as the Four Nations, at least in the preliminary round?
Yeah, I would think so. Penalties are going to be more of a factor, I would imagine, in the Olympics. Less physical, more skill. I do think there'll be physicality, but I don't think it'll match the level that we saw at Four Nations.
Could ask you about one player who's not on your team, and that's Darcy Kemper. To see him get
who is it?
As a goaltender for
Kings.
He won in Colorado. Yeah. He earned every bit of that nod, for Team Canada with what he's done here. How special was that to see him get the call where it probably didn't feel like a certainty, and then he got the reward he deserved?
Man, it was. I feel so happy for him. He deserves it. And, sometimes you don't get what you deserve. And that's life. In this occasion, he did, and so he'll make the best of it for sure.
I mean, how much are you going to be paying attention to him? Obviously, as much as you can, but you don't have them on your schedule right away. So I'm sure it's a little bit different following him when he's not playing on your team.
Yeah, no, I'll be following him for sure. And I'm sure we'll connect quite a bit when we're down up there, wherever.
It's going to be weird at a tournament like this where you have Darcy and, 4 other guys they're your guys for 82 games. But then for this 2-week span, you have them all on these different teams and they're all kind of like competing against you in certain ways.
Yeah, no, it's going to be different. Kind of cheering for each other, Someone's going to win this. So, or win gold. And so, yeah, we'll be rooting for each other.
When you think about those guys on those other teams and, how it's going to be set up, is there anyone else that you maybe want to reconnect with that you've had previously in your career that's going to be over there that maybe you don't get to see normally, but you might have some more time to catch up during this?
Yeah, there'll be other players on both U.S. and Canada that I've coached and been around throughout the years. So it'd be nice to see. You don't realize you go into foreign territory and foreign tournament and just like Four Nations, you don't realize, oh my God, hey, you see so many people that you've met over the years, and the hockey community gets smaller and smaller the higher up you go. So you start to see people that you hadn't seen in a while, and it's great. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Imagine Sid's probably one of those guys where he played in 14, but you're like, would he ever get another chance with how the NHL didn't play in 18 and 22? Same with Drew, right? How cool is it to see these guys just get, I know you're hoping they don't win, but just one more kick at the can at a tournament like this. It's
really cool. I'm really happy for them and wish them the best of luck against us. No, it is. It's great that they're getting this opportunity.
There's been a lot of talk about the rink and the preparation. Is there anything else that kind of you're focused on that maybe that hasn't been in the news, that hasn't been such a headline that you're kind of thinking going in might make a big impact, or a key that's not necessarily the ice surface or something like that?
I think it's more just the ability to not allow those things to affect our game, our team. The locker rooms aren't going to be what we're used to. The accommodations around the rink and stuff aren't going to be what we're used to, but make the best of it, have fun with it. I don't think there's anything, you can't really analyze it or have excuses for anything.
You ever been to Milan or Italy?
I've been to Italy, but not to Milan.
Imagine your family, that's a part of it too, where we've talked to a couple of the guys, they're excited to bring their wives and their kids. And you mentioned that, your wife and your daughter are coming along as well. Yeah. How special is that for your family to have that, this opportunity together?
Yeah, they're so excited. My son too, he loves hockey, and the USA Hockey sent him some little goalie pads for street hockey, and he laced him up yesterday. So he's pumped. He's ready to go. And my daughter and my wife are really excited. They're all packed up. So can't wait.
Imagine the Four Nations does help too. We talked about the staff a little bit, but just the rest of the team having that opportunity to bond and not have to come together. We talk about the 1980 team. They had 6 months to come together. This is, for you guys, most of those players were with you guys at Four Nations. How nice is that, where it's just going to be kind of seeing people, most of them, instead of just trying to have to get to know each other really quickly?
I think it's great. Yeah. The chemistry on that team was magnificent. It's as is here and with the Kings. He's got a similar feel where guys right off the bat, you just felt like a team really quickly. So carrying that over into the Olympics, I thought was very smart of the GMs, and the way they put the team together, I thought was excellent.
Well, we can't wait to start watching everything and see you guys over there. It's going to be quite the event, quite the tournament, and we wish you the best of luck. Thanks for taking a few minutes with us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.